You strike me as the curious sort, dear. What is your most lettered field of study?
Lettered fields? No. Always been keen on ship engines, though. Skip drives, too.
Ah, skip drives are quite...
Ready to wait! On your command!
Ratcheting up my aggression. Mobilizing. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Proceeding to attack.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Not getting up without help, Commander!
Combatant scan. You've suffered extensive damage, Commander. Handle this. Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Standing by to stupefy.
Different kinds of fresh from frozen meats to canned animals, vegetables, and noodles, to vodka in every color of the rainbow.
Combatant scan.
another cultist communications device by the looks of it.
That was sponsored by Auntie's Choice Office of Munitions and Catering. Time to restock your arsenal? Planning a key business dinner or banquet event? They have everything you need in one place. This one always makes me pretend I have the sun in my eyes.
Protectorate personnel, only beyond this point. Leave immediately. If you are not of the Protectorate, you are this unit's enemy. Preparing to unleash disproportionate amount of ammunition on unresponsive bystanders.
Ratcheting up my aggression. Check your... Combatant scanned.
Biological exploitation. Across the Arcadia system, helping everyone from lower management to members of the board tap into each planet's zoological equity. Every episode, I focus on a different species to tell you the risks
I'd expect a lot more personnel around for a lab this size. Where is everyone?
wants to kill you. But what doesn't kill you
Attention, hierarchy staff. Please head inside for an important announcement from the council. Attendance is mandatory.
Something is afoot. At least we know where everyone went.
Investigating hostile intentions.
I'm freezing my assets off on Cloister. A long-forsaken snowball orbiting Elysium. Everyone knows Cloister's home to the computronic powerhouse.
Resorting to butt. Go for torpification.
Claws are as tough as the tundra.
Adversary vulnerability identified.
Arthropods are resistant to the cold. Invest in a good plasma weapon if you attempt acquisition. Plastic fingers are about to freeze off. Why didn't anyone with my staff tell me an ice one would be so cold? They're charging! Get them off me! Get them off! Security team, shoot them! Merciful law, what am I paying you for? Okay, I'm okay. Let's move on to liquidation. Probably the most valuable part of an ursopod is its teeth. Durable, all-purpose, in high demand for crafting applications. Unfortunately, not much else worth leveraging from these creatures. Sure, you can scoop up their thinking parts, sell it for scrap, or break it down for biomass. Do not eat. That should go without saying. Unless you want to spread it on biomass. Well, that's all for now. Join me next time as we exploit another habitat. Preferably one more tropical, where I can stick a little umbrella in my anti-Fizzos num rum. Until then, bottoms up to your bottom line.
More quality broadcasting coming right up. Now for something a little different, tonally, if not thematically.
I'm looking for a meal that doesn't leave me feeling hollow. Don't want to do no cooking. All I want to do is swallow. Hey, here's a fancy can. Wow, it's a real beauty. Let's see what's inside and get back to our duty. Borstwurst, oh Borstwurst, it's not the worst unless it's Borstwurst. Borstwurst, oh Borstwurst, grab a can today. Tongues to sweet meats, lungs to hearts. They use all the tastiest parts. Here's to
Due to an anomalous event, the interstitial hall and exhibition tower is off limits for the foreseeable future to any and all non-essential personnel. All requests to view the prototype rift anomaly modulator are hereby suspended for the time being. Please direct all further queries and study petitions to the lead researcher's office.
If that modulator device truly lets us modify rifts, it might be the most important device in the universe. And that's not hyperbole. I don't do hyperbole, dear.
Alright, enough yapping. Tiny bits. Back to the factory floor. From snout to tail, it's all inclusive. It ain't the worst till it's executed. From factory bathroom to my tummy. Taste so yummy.
Subjects, listen well. Days ago, our beloved sovereign, in his infinite wisdom, submitted himself to mental refreshment to strengthen his resolve for the good of all. At his command, I, Emery Thoreau, now accept the responsibility of shepherding you through these dark times until our sovereign's blessed return. I shall not take this duty lightly, for I address you today not as the consul, nor even as your new leader, which I am, but as a simple man who wants nothing more than to defend his home and his neighbors. But I cannot do it alone.
The sovereign's a downright dove compared to the consul. This is gonna be bad.
It is a time to celebrate the bravery of our once and future sovereign.
Across the rings of Elysium, from the boardroom to the bottom rung, this is wireless free Arcadia, official frequency of Auntie's Choice. And this month's winner of Auntie's Jingle Contest is factory technician, third class Jamie Thirunavu Karasar, who submitted the following audio recording.
I love Auntie, yes I do. Her hair looks real, like a real hairdo. I love Auntie, so do you. Let's buy Sisty Bits, covered in goo.
Congratulations, Janie. You finally win a full year's supply of Borst Pockets for one low price. And now, back to it. Oh, but I could use something a little more upbeat right about now. Like this.
Wireless Free Arcadia presents our top requested marketing melody, Borst Rockets by the Herschel Sisters.
Borst Rockets. Borst Rockets. Put a rocket in your pocket and launch your launch today. When you miss the cough or chow, but you want to eat something now, you're go for lunch with Borst. When your team is fatigued and your winger's out of steam, recharge your tossball crew with Borst Rockets. Borst Rockets. Borst Rockets.
Together,
Put it in your pocket and launch your lunch today.
we will finish our great sovereign's work. For Arcadia of those who seek to harm us.
Let me know when you needed a stretch.
Future.
Oh, our selfless.
Say that for the wrongdoers.
Maintaining perfection.
I know how this looks, but I can assure you I have leave to look into... Oh, you're not security. Then you must be responsible for all the commotion I heard just now. For both our sakes, I think it best if we continue as we were. I will forget I saw you as long as you extend me the same courtesy. I was looking for proof, if you must know. There was an incident recently, and I believe our head of security is neglecting his duty to investigate. Albin Valancourt is the sentinel charged with supervising this facility and all its researchers. Unfortunately, he's a punitive man who delights in the wretchedness of others. I'd grasp a live rod if I could pass its current to him. Although, unless you have unusual license to be here, his odds of keeping head and body united diminish by the second. Unless your lamps have oxidized, you must have noticed my arm. I lost it saving the Sovereign from a rift experiment gone wrong. An experiment I was in charge of, naturally. Valancourt supplied my name for the reports, incriminating me in the eyes of my colleagues. And since he's closed off that wing of the lab, I can't prove my innocence. I couldn't possibly rely on an outsider to help me conduct an investigation, could I? No, that would be outrageous, unthinkable. Except, whatever the cause of the incident, it is my duty as a law-abiding Protectorate subject to gather proof and uncover its cause. Really, Valancourt is forcing my hand here. Help you with acquisition? Assuredly not. If, however, in your exploration of the lab, you happen upon the modulator, I surely would not be able to prevent you from seizing it. What I am offering is help afterward. Once you take the prototype, it will set off an immediate lockdown. I can facilitate your exit from the facility, but only if you help me in turn. That modulator will be necessary to unfold the rift and find the evidence I need. And if Valancourt suffers repercussions for its loss, I will count that as an added benefit. The kind that proves I did not dishonor myself by making a mistake, and that the cause of the disaster was due to someone else's malfeasance, deliberate or otherwise. The prototype rift modulator is currently in interstitial hall at the top of Exhibition Tower. There's a lift in the next room over that can take you directly there. Once you have the prototype, make your way to Valancourt's quarters. He should have a spare key card that will grant us access to the restricted wing. I'll monitor your progress from here. Be cautious. The guards of this facility will attack anyone unfamiliar to them. But once you have the key card and rift device, reconvene here, and we'll go together to the wing. That is what we've agreed upon, is it not? Valancourt keeps all of the items he confiscates from the staff in a locked closet in his quarters. There may be something pertaining to the investigation within. I've already shared more with you than I ought have, but that's an ugly way to describe a legitimate transfer of power. And if you're trying to bait me into expressing an opinion of my superiors, I assure you I will not. A technicality. He's inferior in every way that matters. The Interstitial Reconfiguration Center was created to continue researching into rifts, following a significant setback to our studies elsewhere. How do you know about that? That disaster and its link to the death of the Sovereign's family was not made public. No one outside of this facility is supposed to know of it. Regardless, even though Horizon Point's destruction did impede our progress for a time, we learned from it as well. We're now able to generate rifts safely within containment. Or we were. Due to the exacerbation of the greater rift recently, these lesser rifts became less stable, some breaking containment or spawning outside of it altogether. In public, Henry has adopted the affectations of his father. In private, he is much more personable, though meddlesome too, always wanting to be involved in the experiments. He becomes most animated when we discuss how matter might be reconstituted from the rifts. What was lost somehow returned. You could say he has a vested interest. His motivations are personal. All I am willing to say is that he is a man who loved his family very much and would move planets to see them again. He and the consul wore coats cut from the same stern cloth. Henry has never quite matched either of them, in terms of temperament or severity.
Hold up there, friend. Watch out. That way's a minefield.
Ha! I laugh at danger. Up and go get her. Whoosh! That's the sound of me throwing caution. While the herd wait for permission, I see my opportunity and
Enemy in vicinity.
take my own luck.
What?
Mobilizing.
Ready to take the shot, Commander. See whip.
Target analyzed.
Each a vital cog. Assuming you have taste, you surely will as well.
Bust him out.
What the?
Whatever's in there has been pushed to the outer limits of the universal equation.
All it took was some light instruction. And we restored it.
One rift anomaly modulator. As requested.
subtle thief. Yes, you. It's not every day that someone is fool enough to break into the Interstitial Reconfiguration Center. I'd be obliged if you would regale me with the tale of how you managed to get this far. A crude assessment and utterly untrue. I am perfectly accommodating to non-incompetence. I suspect you did not reach here unaided. So who was it? Which one of my undutiful brain boxes helped sponsor this little pilferage? You cannot fault me for trying. Well, there will be time to scrutinize every angle of this breach at a later date, once I have dealt with you. I could also reduce you to a state of quivering agony, begging for death. And that would be a lot more enjoyable for me, if I'm being candid. No matter. I will await you in the hangar, where bullets may fly more freely than words, if you survive that long.
Hey, you there! Need a smoke that distinguishes you?
Combat prompt.
Wait!
As of this morning's demonstration, we have finally proven my central thesis. Matter within the rifts is not permanently destroyed, broken down into pure information. This confirms many of our theories about the rift to an overwhelming...
Mine's a hostile. Hostilities are afoot.
Hastening to cover.
Back to stand.
Panic is not a profitable response. Auntie is certain someone will solve this little rift dilemma
is a special selection from Auntie the Musical, the all-singing dramatization of Auntie's inspirational voice.
And who did I see riding with me? The self-made orchestrator himself. Paragon do-it-yourself. Slayer of unlucrative bureaucracy.
Listen, child, and take it straight from me. This term, self-betterment, makes you 110% everything you'd ever hope to be.
She said, be the you that you would be if you were any better. Get up and go. Get up and go get her.
Ready to waste. On your command.
Especially perturbed. You know what Prudence always says. Folly, trans, to your heart's reasonable event.
Resorting to violence. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Miranda would have been 17 today. I can scarce imagine her. My little son. Nearly a woman grown. Will she recognize her father, I wonder? After all he has done to bring her back, will she gaze upon him with pride? Happiest of returns, Miranda. I trust this year to be the last one we share apart.
This much Borslov ain't a meal. It's a cry for help. Oh, he really wasn't looking after himself, was he?
Disabling these automechs was an excellent decision, dear. Battling them would be quite an inefficient use of our time and energy.
Preserve set progress. Sustain the system. Serve the sovereign.
Launch it. Do you suppose there's been another incident?
Ratcheting up my aggression.
System of fine.
Target analyzed. Let down. I'll stop this.
We
component is vital.
Torpificator at ready status.
Contact lost. I advise you decamp directly.
Proceeding to attack. Combatant scan.
These quarters are awful meticulous. Makes me wonder what Valancourt might be hiding hereabouts.
Having that device nabbed on his watch nigh guarantees Valancourt a long stay and mental refreshment, if he is not subjected to swift and fitting arbitration first. Matriarch's blessings on you. Let's not waste time, then. I'll lead us to the restricted wing now. Once there, reopen the rift using the modulator, so we can begin searching for clues. Excuse of interstitial reconfiguring my own. Let's open the hood, shall we? Rifts reconstitute matter in an imprecise manner, but use your imagination to conjure the original seed that could lead us to the evidence we need.
This is wireless free Arcadia.
Valued senior copywriter in invasive marketing, whose sloganeering was a bit too town-setty for the vibrant Arcadian market.
You've discovered something? I knew it! I am absolved. And yet, I cannot possibly imagine what would have possessed him to deliberately endanger the Sovereign's life. It's unconscionable. I would characterize Valancourt as many vile and unmentionable things, but a traitor? No. The man cannot defecate without humming a Protectorate anthem. For all the time I've spent trying to unsnarl Valancourt's mercurial behavior, it seems there was yet more I did not know about him. I think I'm beginning to understand exactly what happened here. But if you have any additional points of data, please share them.
Auntie's management, I'd like to highlight Assistant Waste Disposal Officer Potter Vanderbilt for a job not well done. The airlocks for trash disposal are those far from my office. Nothing ruins a view like a constellation of Sisty Bits bags. Now you're the assistant to the assistant. And that's enough negative.
You've discovered something? I think I can formulate my own conclusion from here. Our dear head of security has much to answer for. We need to go and confront Valancourt, now. I'm no longer willing to wait for the arc of justice to bend in my favor. Valancourt needs to die for what he's done. If I distract him, can I count on you to do the rest? I'll go first, follow behind, but not too closely. We don't want him to see you. I'll keep Valancourt talking so that you can get a good angle on him. But his patience isn't limitless, so be swift. Attack when ready. No need to wait for a signal from me. Oh, and there's also a rift in the hangar. An experimental byproduct, as it were. I would avoid interacting with it, lest you alert Valancourt to our ploy.
Investigating hostile intentions.
You've denied me this fight long enough. Guards, see to this maneuver with extreme swiftness. Guards!
Enemy moving in the halfway.
Come at her. I will deal with
you. Stun weapon ready, Commander. The limit. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Appreciate a little help, Commander.
replenishing.
Giving chase. Everything in its place then.
Disruptive influences. Minimizing.
Next up, the real reason wireless free Arcadia exists. Advertising. Auntie's Choice Stay Hungry Meal Pack, featuring our finest pre-sliced bread and dehydrated water tablets. Specially designed to be eaten alone at your desk.
The bare minimum you need to make it through your day.
Show your supervisor you stay hungry.